Commander Olivia Wright rubbed her tired eyes as she studied the message on her screen for the third time. The distress signal from Proxima IV was urgent and clear. The alien colony had suffered a massive earthquake that destroyed most of their buildings, medical facilities, and power systems. "Computer, how many casualties are estimated?" she asked, her voice steady despite the grim images flashing across her screen. "Current estimates indicate approximately 20,000 injured and 5,000 dead. Numbers expected to rise without immediate assistance." Olivia stood up from her captain's chair aboard the Earth Space Command vessel *Mercy*. She was 42 years old with short brown hair streaked with gray that she never bothered to hide. 20 years of emergency response missions had left their mark on her face in the form of fine lines around her eyes and mouth. "Send an immediate response confirming we're coming. Then contact Earth Command for mission approval," she ordered. The ship's communication officer, Ben Kelly, nodded and began transmitting the message. Ben was young with bright eyes that hadn't yet seen as much suffering as Olivia's had. "Should I include our estimated arrival time, Commander?" he asked. "Yes. Tell them 3 weeks, though I hope we can make it in 2 if we push the engines." Within hours, approval came from Earth Command. The message was brief but clear. "Humanitarian aid approved. Assemble convoy. Save as many lives as possible." Olivia called a meeting of her senior officers in the *Mercy's* conference room. Maps and diagrams of Proxima IV covered the screens on the walls. "The Proximans need our help," she told the assembled crew. "Their medical supplies are buried under rubble. Their hospitals are destroyed. They have limited food and clean water." Lieutenant Jack Harmon raised his hand. He was 30 years old with kind eyes and steady hands that made him an excellent doctor. "Commander, Proximan biology is different from ours. Their blood is copper-based, not iron. They need special medicines." Olivia nodded. "That's why you're here, Lieutenant. I need you to make sure our medical supplies will work for them. You studied xenomedicine, correct?" "Yes, Commander. I'll adapt our supplies for their physiology." "Good. We leave in 12 hours. The next half-day was a blur of activity. Crew members loaded emergency shelters, medical equipment, and food supplies onto the ships. Engineers checked and double-checked the engines. Doctors and nurses prepared treatment plans for alien patients. 5 ships were prepared for the mission. The *Mercy* would lead as the command ship. The *Samaritan* carried doctors and medical supplies. The *Providence* was loaded with food, water purifiers, and temporary shelters. The *Guardian* would provide security escort. The *Hope* carried engineers and equipment to rebuild critical infrastructure. On the loading dock, Olivia watched as the last supplies were brought aboard. Chief Engineer Alan Martinez approached her with a tablet. "All ships report ready for departure, Commander," he said, handing her the final checklist. Alan was a solid presence, with strong hands that had built and fixed countless machines over his 25 years of service. "Any word on that unusual activity near Proxima?" Olivia asked. Alan frowned. "Nothing specific. Long-range scans show some energy signatures that might be ships, but they're too far away to identify." "Zarkonian ships?" "Could be. They'd been expanding their territory in that sector. Captain Howard on the Guardian is concerned." Olivia sighed. The Zarkonian Empire was aggressive, but had never directly attacked Earth ships before. Still, she felt uneasy. "We're on a humanitarian mission," she said firmly. "We'll display medical markings clearly on all ships and broadcast our intentions on all frequencies. No one attacks rescue ships. It's a universal rule." As the convoy prepared to leave Earth's orbit, Olivia made a ship-wide announcement. "Crew of the *Mercy* and all convoy ships. We journey to help people in need. This is what humanity does. This is who we are. We help, regardless of species or politics. Prepare for departure." The 5 ships rose from Earth, their hulls gleaming in the sunlight as they pointed toward distant stars and began their journey to Proxima IV. The 5 ships of the rescue convoy moved through space in perfect formation. 2 weeks had passed since they left Earth, and they were now halfway to Proxima IV. Commander Olivia Wright stood on the bridge of the Mercy *, watching the stars streak by on the main screen. "Status report," she said to her crew. Navigation Officer Linda Powell looked up from her console. "All systems normal, Commander. We're on course to reach Proxima IV in 8 days, 13 hours. Olivia nodded, pleased with their progress, and the rest of the convoy. Communications Officer Ben Kelly pressed his hand to his earpiece. "All ships reporting normal operations. The Samaritan requests a brief meeting about medical preparations." "Tell Dr. Collins I'll speak with her in 1 hour," Olivia replied. Later, in the Mercy's conference room, Dr. Samantha Collins appeared on the screen. She was the chief medical officer on the Samaritan and had soft brown eyes that seemed to carry both kindness and worry. "Commander, we've been studying the Proximan biology reports. Their respiratory system is different from ours. They breathe a mix of oxygen and nitrogen like humans, but their blood carries it differently," Dr. Collins explained. Lieutenant Jack Harmon, who sat beside Olivia, nodded. "I've been working on that problem. We need to adjust our medical equipment and medicines." Dr. Collins smiled. "We've already started the adjustments. The real challenge will be treating crush injuries in higher gravity. Proxima IV has 1.3 times Earth's gravity." Olivia looked at the data scrolling across her tablet. "Will our medical teams be able to work effectively in the higher gravity?" "Yes, but they'll tire more quickly. I've scheduled rotation shifts to prevent exhaustion," Dr. Collins answered. After the meeting, Olivia walked through the corridors of the Mercy checking on preparations. In the cargo bay, engineer Alan Martinez was testing a new piece of equipment. It looked like a large metal spider with multiple arms. "What's that?" Olivia asked. Alan smiled proudly. "It's a rescue crawler designed for Proxima IV's terrain. It can lift concrete slabs weighing up to 2 tons and has sensors that can detect life signs through 3 feet of rubble." "Good work," she said, patting his shoulder. As Olivia continued her rounds, she passed the ship's common area where off-duty crew members were eating and talking. She stopped to listen to a conversation between 2 young crew members. "My grandfather was in the Indonesian tsunami rescue back in 2030, a young medic named Carla Jordan was saying. "He told me how countries that normally argued with each other worked side by side to save people." Her friend nodded. "That's what humans do. We may fight among ourselves, but when disaster strikes, we help. It's in our DNA." Olivia smiled slightly as she walked away. They were right. Throughout human history, people had set aside differences to help others in need. This mission to an alien world was simply an extension of that ancient human tradition. On the Guardian Captain Great Howard was less relaxed. He stood on his bridge, reviewing security scans of the space ahead. "Anything unusual?" he asked his security officer. "Nothing clear, sir, but I'm picking up some strange energy readings near the Proxima system. Could be natural phenomena, could be ships trying to hide." Captain Howard frowned. "Keep monitoring. I don't like surprises." He sent a message to Commander Wright. "Possible unknown vessels near Proxima. Recommend heightened alert status." Back on the Mercy Olivia read the message with concern. She called her senior officers together. "Captain Howard has detected possible ships near our destination. We don't know if they're friendly or hostile, but we need to be prepared. This doesn't change our mission. We are still going to help the Proximans, but we'll proceed with caution." She looked at each face around the table. "Remind all crew members that we are on a humanitarian mission. Our ships clearly display medical and aid symbols. By all international and interspecies laws, we are protected as non-combatants." As the convoy continued its journey toward Proxima IV, None of them knew that their commitment to helping others would soon be tested in ways they never imagined. The blue-green planet of Proxima IV grew larger on the view screen as the convoy approached. They were just 6 hours away from reaching orbit when the alarms sounded across all 5 ships. "Commander," multiple ships appearing from behind the moon. Ben Kelly shouted, his fingers flying over his console. Olivia Wright rushed to the bridge, her face tight with concern. "Identification. Zarkonian warships, Commander. 6 of them, heavily armed. Open a channel." "All frequencies," Olivia ordered. When the channel was open, she spoke clearly and calmly. "This is Commander Olivia Wright of the Earth Space Command Vessel *Mercy*. We are on a humanitarian mission to provide disaster relief to Proxima IV. We are unarmed medical and supply vessels." For several long moments, there was no response. Then a harsh voice replied, "This is Commander Vastek of the Zarkonian Empire. Proxima IV is now under our protection. Your presence is not required nor welcome. Retreat immediately." Olivia's jaw tightened. "Commander Vastek, there are thousands of injured civilians on the planet below. We have medical supplies and doctors. Please allow us to help them. The Proximans are now subjects of the Zarkonian Empire. We will provide whatever aid we deem necessary. You have 5 minutes to change course, or we will consider your presence an act of aggression." Captain Greg Howard's voice came through on a private channel from the Guardian *. "Commander Wright, the Zarkonians have weapons locked on us. I recommend we retreat and contact Earth Command for instructions." Olivia hesitated, torn between the safety of her crew and the needs of the suffering people below. "We can't just leave them. The Zarkonians don't have medical ships." 4 minutes remaining, came the cold voice of Commander Vastek. "We need to show them we're not a threat," Olivia decided. "All ships, power down weapons systems and shields. Broadcast medical and humanitarian symbols on all visual frequencies. Make it clear what we are." The Earth ships complied, their hulls now clearly displaying the ancient symbols of medical aid and humanitarian assistance. "Commander Vastek, we are powering down all defensive systems as a show of good faith. Our mission is purely humanitarian. The people of Proxima IV need immediate medical attention. Please allow us to." Olivia never finished her sentence. Without warning, the Zarkonian ships opened fire. Their first shots targeted the Samaritan *, the medical vessel. The ship exploded in a ball of fire, killing everyone aboard, including Dr. Collins and her medical team. "No," Olivia screamed. "All ships, evasive maneuvers." The Guardian * moved to shield the remaining vessels, taking heavy damage as it returned fire. The Providence * was hit next, its cargo of food and emergency shelters erupting into space as the hull was breached. "They're specifically targeting the 8 ships," Ben Kelly shouted over the alarms and explosions. A massive blast rocked the Mercy *, throwing Olivia across the bridge. Pain shot through her body as she hit the wall. She felt warm blood running down her face. "Commander's down," someone yelled. Lieutenant Jack Harmon rushed to her side. Multiple injuries, possible concussion. He diagnosed quickly, pressing a bandage to her head. "Status report," Olivia demanded weakly. "The Samaritan * is gone. The Providence * is heavily damaged. The Guardian * is engaging the enemy, but can't hold out much longer. The Hope * is still intact." Another blast shook the ship. The lights flickered and emergency power came on. "Engine room reports critical damage," Ben called out. "We can't take another hit like that." Jack looked at Olivia, whose eyes were struggling to focus. "Commander, we need to retreat. We can't help anyone if we're all dead." With blood running into her eyes, Olivia made the hardest decision of her career. "Send the retreat signal. Get our people out of here." As Jack took temporary command, the remaining Earth ships turned and fled, leaving behind their dead and the suffering people they had come to save. The Zarkonian ships did not pursue, content with their victory. "Record everything," Olivia whispered before losing consciousness. "Earth needs to know what happened here." They fired on a rescue convoy. They fired on healers. News of the attack spread across Earth like wildfire. Video recordings from the convoy showed the clearly marked medical ships being destroyed. People watched in horror as the Samaritan exploded, taking hundreds of doctors, nurses, and medical staff with it. In every city on Earth, crowds gathered in front of giant screens. Some people cried. Others stood in silent rage. Children asked questions that adults struggled to answer. Why would anyone attack doctors? Why would they hurt people who were trying to help? Admiral Catherine Bell stood before the United Earth Council, her uniform crisp and her face grave. She was 60 years old, with steel-gray hair and eyes that had seen many battles. But never had she seen anything like this. "The evidence is clear," she said, playing the recordings again. "The Zarkonian Empire deliberately targeted our humanitarian convoy. They fired first. They aimed specifically at medical and supply ships. They gave no warning. They allowed no evacuation." Council member Peter Rodriguez, known for his peaceful approach to problems, stepped forward. He was a tall man with a gentle voice that now shook with emotion. "We attempted to contact the Zarkonian leadership after the attack," he said. "Their response was to threaten more violence if we entered what they now claim as their territory. They called our humanitarian mission unwelcome aggression and warned us to stay away." The council chamber erupted in angry voices. Never before had all 50 members united so quickly in their response. In military bases around the world, soldiers, pilots, and ship crews prepared for action. General Frank Murphy, head of Earth's defense forces, moved through the halls of the Pentagon with purpose. He was built like a bear, with a deep voice that commanded respect. "I want every available ship ready in 48 hours, he ordered his officers. "We're not just sending a response fleet. We're sending a message." What made this mobilization unique was the unprecedented unity. Nations that had been rivals for centuries now worked side by side. Military leaders who had once faced each other across battlefield lines now planned strategy together. In hospitals across Earth, medical teams volunteered for a second humanitarian mission. "We're not abandoning the Proximans," said Dr. Nathan Garcia as he packed supplies. "We're doctors. We help people, no matter what." At Space Command Headquarters, Admiral Bell addressed the planet in a global broadcast. Her words were simple but powerful. "Throughout our history, humans have had many disagreements. We have fought wars. We have competed for resources. But on one thing we have always stood united. You do not fire on those who come to help. You do not target healers." She paused, looking directly into the camera. "The Zarkonian Empire has broken one of the most sacred rules of civilized beings. They have attacked ships clearly marked as medical vessels. They have killed doctors and relief workers who came only to save lives." In her hospital bed, Commander Olivia Wright watched the broadcast. Her head was bandaged and her body was bruised, but her eyes were clear and focused. Lieutenant Jack Harmon stood beside her. "They're going to respond," Jack said quietly. "All of Earth is united on this." Olivia nodded. "I've never seen anything like it. Every nation, every military branch, moving as one." On the screen, Admiral Bell continued, "The people of Earth have made their decision. We will not allow this crime to go unanswered. We will not abandon the suffering people of Proxima IV. We will not back down in the face of those who target humanitarian missions." The Admiral's expression hardened. "To the Zarkonian Empire, hear this message clearly. You have made a grave mistake. You believe that our desire to help others was a weakness. You are about to learn that it is our greatest strength. Earth stands united, and we are coming." Around the world, shipyards hummed with activity. Vessels from every nation were being prepared. Soldiers said goodbye to their families. Doctors packed medical supplies. Engineers loaded construction equipment. Earth was going to war, not for territory, not for resources, but because someone had fired on those who came only to help. 7 days after the attack, Earth launched what they called Operation Swift Justice. It was not just a military operation. It was a complete response with 2 clear goals: help the people of Proxima IV and make sure the Zarkonians never targeted aid workers again. Fleet Admiral Denise Clark stood on the bridge of the massive flagship Retribution *. She was a small woman with short black hair and eyes that missed nothing. Under her command were 200 ships from every nation on Earth. Some were built for fighting. Others carried supplies, medicine, and equipment. "All ships report ready, Admiral," said her second-in-command. Admiral Clark nodded. "Begin jump sequence. Take us to Proxima." On the military vessel Valor *, Colonel Ryan Washington worked with his team on battle plans. Ryan was known for finding clever solutions to difficult problems. He had studied Earth's military history and combined ideas from many different cultures and time periods. "The Zarkonians have better weapons than we do," he explained to his officers. "But their tactics are predictable. They always attack in the same patterns. We will use this against them." He pointed to a 3D map of the Proxima system. "Our first priority is to clear a path for the medical ships. We will hit their command ships here and here, disrupting their communication. Then we will target their weapon systems, not their engines. We want to disable them, not destroy them." One of his officers looked surprised. "Sir, after what they did to our people." Colonel Washington's expression was firm. "We are not like them. We don't target those who can't fight back. We disable their ability to harm others. Then we help the injured, including their injured. That's the Earth way." Meanwhile, on the science vessel Innovation *, Dr. Kevin Bailey led a team of researchers working day and night. They studied Zarkonian technology, looking for weaknesses. Dr. Bailey was older than most of his team, with gray in his beard and lines around his eyes from years of looking through microscopes. "Their shield systems operate on a rotating frequency," he explained to Admiral Clark over a video call. "If we time our attacks to match the frequency shifts, we can penetrate their defenses with much less firepower." Admiral Clark smiled slightly. "Good work, Doctor. This will save lives on both sides." Not everyone in the fleet was focused on fighting. On the new medical ship Compassion *, doctors prepared for the injured they would soon treat. They study both Proximan and Zarkonian biology. "We will treat anyone who needs help," Dr. Ellen Rice told her medical team. "That's what separates us from them. They targeted healers. We heal even our enemies." The journey to Proxima took 2 weeks. During that time, the Zarkonians strengthened their hold on the planet. They had not expected Earth to respond with such force. They believed humans would send angry messages, perhaps impose trade sanctions, but nothing more. They were wrong. As the Earth fleet approached Proxima IV, they detected 30 Zarkonian warships in orbit around the planet. The Zarkonians sent a message. "This planet is now part of the Zarkonian Empire. Leave immediately or be destroyed like your pathetic rescue ships." Admiral Clark's response was brief. "We are here to provide humanitarian aid to Proxima IV and to ensure such aid can be delivered safely in the future. Stand down and allow our medical ships through, or we will remove you from their path." The Zarkonian commander laughed. "Your weapons are inferior to ours. Your ships are slower. Your shields are weaker. What makes you think you can defeat us?" Admiral Clark looked at her crew, men and women from every corner of Earth, united in purpose. "We don't need to be stronger or faster," she said. "We just need to be more determined. And when it comes to protecting those who help others, nothing in this galaxy is more determined than humans." She gave the order. "All ships, battle positions. Operation Swift Justice has begun." The Earth fleet moved forward, not in retreat, but directly toward the heart of the Zarkonian forces. The battle for Proxima IV began with a flash of light as hundreds of ships fired at once. The Zarkonians expected an easy victory. They were wrong. Colonel Rayan Washington's voice was calm as he directed Earth's fighters. Groups 1 and 2, target their command ships. Group 3, protect our medical vessels. Execute Pattern Delta. Earth ships moved in ways the Zarkonians had never seen before. Some flew in tight formations. Others used the planet's moon for cover. The Zarkonians tried to predict their movements but couldn't. They're not following standard attack patterns, a Zarkonian commander complained. That was because Earth's fleet used tactics from many different Earth cultures and time periods. Some ships moved like ancient Roman legions. Others used strategies from naval battles of the 1800s. Some followed patterns based on Japanese samurai tactics. They can't predict what they've never studied, Colonel Washington explained to his officers. On the smaller, faster ship Swift *, Lieutenant Lisa Grant led a special team with a crucial mission. Lisa was young but brilliant, with dark skin and quick hands that worked magic on computer systems. Approaching target, she told her team. Prepare to deploy the disruptors. Her ship slipped past the main battle and reached a Zarkonian communication relay. They attached small devices to the relay's outer hull. The devices sent carefully timed electrical pulses into the Zarkonian systems, confusing their computers. Disruptors active, Lisa reported. Zarkonian command network disrupted in 3, 2, 1. Across the battlefield, Zarkonian ships suddenly lost contact with each other. Their coordinated attack fell apart as each ship commander had to make decisions alone. Meanwhile, Captain Eric Russell led a daring mission to the planet's surface. His ship, the Defender was designed to enter atmosphere quickly. Our scans show Proximan civilians being held in camps here and here, he told his rescue team. We go in fast, create a safe corridor, and get them out. Eric was a tall man with a scar on his left cheek from a previous rescue mission. He had saved people from burning buildings, flood zones, and collapsed mines. Now he would save them from the Zarkonians. The Defender shot through Proxima's atmosphere like a burning arrow. Zarkonian ground forces fired at them, but Eric's pilots were too skilled to hit. They landed near the largest civilian camp and deployed shield generators that created a safe path. This way, Eric called to the frightened Proximans. We're from Earth. We're here to help. The alien civilians, tall beings with blue-tinted skin and 4 arms, hesitated at first. Then one of them recognized the medical symbol on Eric's uniform, the same symbol that had been on the destroyed convoy. They began to move toward the Earth ships. Back in space, the tide of battle turned when Admiral Clark's flagship broke through the Zarkonian formation. The Retribution was massive, bristling with weapons that now targeted the Zarkonian flagship. Disable their weapons and engines, Admiral Clark ordered. I want that ship intact. Precise shots from the Retribution hit exactly where Dr. Bailey's team had identified weaknesses. The Zarkonian flagship drifted, powerless. All Zarkonian ships. Admiral Clark broadcast. Your command vessel is disabled. Your communication network is down. Stand down now or face the same fate. One by one, the Zarkonian ships stopped fighting. Some tried to flee. None attempted to attack the medical ships that now descended toward Proxima IV. The battle had lasted just 7 hours. The Earth forces had won through superior tactics, not superior technology. As the fighting ended, Admiral Clark made another announcement. All ships begin search and rescue operations. Check for survivors on all disabled vessels, Earth and Zarkonian. Deploy medical teams as needed. Even as some Earth ships continued to secure the area, others began helping injured Zarkonians. The Zarkonians couldn't understand it. Why would humans help the same people who had attacked them? On the planet below, Earth doctors were already treating injured Proximans. Engineers set up emergency shelters. Supply ships delivered food and water. The mission that the first convoy had started was finally being completed. The battle for Proxima was over. Earth had won, not just with weapons, but with determination and humanity. 1 month after the battle for Proxima, representatives from Earth, Proxima IV, and the Zarkonian Empire met on a neutral space station. The large conference room had 3 tables arranged in a triangle. Each delegation sat at one table, facing the others. Ambassador Diane Powell led the Earth delegation. She was in her 50s with streaks of silver in her dark hair and a calm, steady voice that commanded respect. Before becoming an ambassador, she had been both a soldier and a doctor. She understood both war and healing. This peace conference has 3 goals, she announced. First, to ensure the continued recovery of Proxima IV. Second, to establish rules that protect humanitarian missions throughout the galaxy. Third, to create a stable peace between our civilizations. The Zarkonian representative, a tall, thin being named Krell, spoke next. His voice was softer than most expected. The Zarkonian Empire acknowledges its error in attacking your medical convoy, he said. We misunderstood your intentions. We believed your humanitarian mission was a cover for military expansion. Ambassador Powell's expression remained neutral, but her eyes were sharp. Your empire fired on clearly marked medical ships without warning. That is not a misunderstanding. That is a violation of the most basic principles of civilized behavior. The Proximan representative, Elder Vallon, nodded in agreement. The 4-armed being's skin had a blue tint that darkened with emotion. My people were dying, Elder Vallon said. Earth sent help. You attacked those who came to save us. Then Earth came again, this time with both shields and medicine. After 3 days of difficult talks, an agreement was reached. The Zarkonians would pay to rebuild what they had destroyed on Proxima IV. They would allow Earth medical ships to operate freely throughout the galaxy. Most importantly, they signed the new Humanitarian Protection Treaty, which made attacking medical vessels a serious crime under galactic law. Meanwhile, on Proxima IV, Lieutenant Jack Harmon oversaw the completion of the aid mission that had cost so many lives. New hospitals rose from the rubble. Clean water flowed again. Children played in rebuilt parks. Jack stood before a stone monument in the center of the largest Proximan city. On it were carved the names of all who died in the first convoy, with Dr. Samantha Collins' name at the top. Proximan writing on one side translated to, "They came to heal. They died bringing hope. We will never forget." Every day, Proximans placed flowers at the base of the monument. Jack touched the cool stone gently, remembering his friends and colleagues. Back on the space station, a Zarkonian diplomat approached Ambassador Powell after the formal talks ended. "There's something I don't understand," he said quietly. "We thought attacking your healers would demoralize your people. Instead, it united your entire planet against us. Why?" Ambassador Powell considered her answer carefully. "Throughout human history, we have fought countless wars among ourselves. We have hurt each other in terrible ways. But even in our darkest times, we held to one principle. Those who come to help are not targets. Those who heal are protected." She looked directly at the Zarkonian. "When you attacked our medical ships, you didn't just kill our people. You attacked something we consider sacred, the act of helping others. That is something humans will always defend, with all our strength if necessary." 6 months later, Commander Olivia Wright stood on the observation deck of a new Earth vessel. Her injuries had healed, though she still carried scars, both visible and hidden. She watched as Earth and Zarkonian ships worked together to bring supplies to a moon colony hit by an asteroid. "I never thought I'd see this," said a voice beside her. Jack Harmon had come to stand next to her by the window. Olivia nodded. Zarkonians and humans working together on a relief mission. "Was it worth it?" Jack asked softly. "All those we lost." Olivia watched as the ships unloaded medical supplies and equipment. Each vessel bore the same new symbol, a medical caduceus crossed with a shield. "They didn't die in vain," she said finally. "They taught the galaxy something important about humanity. Our desire to help others isn't our weakness. It's our greatest strength." 5 years after the battle for Proxima, The galaxy had changed in ways few could have imagined. The Humanitarian Protection Treaty, born from tragedy, had grown into something much larger. What began as an agreement to protect medical ships had expanded into the Galactic Aid Alliance, an organization with members from 27 different species. Olivia Wright, now Admiral Wright, stood in the massive hangar of Earth Space Command headquarters. Before her was a fleet of new vessels, each bearing the now famous symbol of the medical caduceus crossed with a shield. These ships were different from any built before, designed specifically for rescue and aid missions, but equipped with defensive systems that could protect them if needed. "They're beautiful," said Jack Harmon, who now held the rank of commander and served as the chief medical officer for the Galactic Aid Alliance. Olivia nodded, pride warming her eyes. The *Collins* class rescue vessels, the first true hospital ships built with both healing and protection in mind. The lead ship, named *Samaritan's Legacy*, would depart tomorrow on its first mission under the command of Captain Lisa Grant, who had distinguished herself during the battle for Proxima. The ship would travel to the far reaches of the galaxy, bringing medical aid to worlds that had never before received outside help. Later that day, Olivia attended a diplomatic reception, where representatives from many worlds gathered. She noticed a group of Zarkonian officers speaking with Earth diplomats. The former enemies now worked as uneasy allies, their relationship still healing but growing stronger with each joint mission. One of the Zarkonians, an older officer named General Vastek, approached Olivia. She recognized him as one of the commanders who had been present during the attack on the first convoy. He looked different now, his once rigid posture more relaxed, his eyes less cold. "Admiral Wright," he said, bowing slightly in the Earth custom he had learned. "I hoped to speak with you." Olivia kept her expression neutral. "What can I do for you, General?" "I commanded one of the ships that attacked your convoy," he said directly. "Not a day passes that I don't regret that decision." Olivia felt old anger stir, but kept her voice steady. "Many good people died that day." "I know. That is why I requested this." He handed her a datapad. "The Zarkonian High Command has approved a new training program. All our military officers must now serve on humanitarian missions before they can be promoted. I would like Earth officers to help teach this program." Olivia read through the proposal, surprised by its thoroughness. "This is unexpected. We learned a hard lesson from humans," Vastek said. "My people valued strength above all else. We saw compassion as weakness. Now we understand that true strength comes from helping others." Across the room, young cadets from Earth's Space Academy mingled with students from other worlds, including Proxima IV and even Zarkonia. These young people had grown up hearing about the battle for Proxima. For them, it wasn't just history. It was the foundation of a new way of thinking about the galaxy. One young Earth cadet, Maria Lopez, was explaining to her alien classmates about Earth's long tradition of humanitarian aid. Even when Earth nations fought terrible wars against each other, both sides would often allow medical personnel to help the wounded, she told them. The Red Cross, Doctors Without Borders, the UN Relief Agency, these organizations could go where even armies couldn't. That night, Olivia stood at the window of her apartment, looking up at the stars. Jack joined her, following her gaze. "Thinking about them?" he asked quietly. "Every day," she replied. "Samantha, Ben, Alan, all of them. They would have loved to see this." Jack placed a hand on her shoulder. "They do see it. Their legacy lives in every ship that carries aid, in every life saved." Olivia smiled. "From tragedy came something beautiful. We showed the galaxy not just Earth's power, but its heart." Above them, visible even from Earth, a new star seemed to shine. The Proxima Memorial Station, its lights forming the shape of a caduceus, a constant reminder that in the darkness of space, compassion would always light the way.